So, Leslie, a lot has happened since our last season.
That might be a bit of an understatement.
I'm Risa Goluboff, the Dean of the University of Virginia School of Law.
And I'm Leslie Kendrick, the Vice Dean. Together, we're the hosts of Common Law, a podcast of the University of Virginia School of Law. Our new season launches on Tuesday, January 26th.
Since season 2 ended last June, the pandemic has gotten worse. We've had a highly contested election. And of course, we witnessed the widespread protests by Americans across the country over questions of racial discrimination and justice.
And all of this turmoil has reminded us, sometimes in very stark terms, just how inequitable our society can be. That's why we're calling this season Law and Equity.
One of our guests will be Harvard Law School's Randall Kennedy, a leading scholar on racial justice, who says we can't ignore white supremacy.
So if you're trying to get a grasp of race relations and race relations law, it seems to me that you have to take on board people who were outwardly, openly, unapologetically, proudly white supremacists.
We'll also talk to New York University family law expert Melissa Murray about the limits of what the law can do when it comes to lifting social taboos and the backlash that can result.
2015, you have Obergefell, where we have same-sex marriage being legitimized formally. But we've seen in the aftermath the rise of these religious accommodation claims, which I think you could imagine as another kind of regulatory displacement playing out.
And of course, we'll be featuring some of our own brilliant legal scholars from right here at UVA, including former Justice Department prosecutor and current UVA law professor Rachel Harmon, to talk about a new way to measure the value and the cost of policing.
One of the problems with regulating the police more effectively is we don't know anything about policing. We don't know how many uses of force happen. In fact, we don't have a standardized definition of what the use of force is.
Stay tuned. Our new season launches on Tuesday, January 26th, and we'll be releasing new episodes every 2 weeks throughout the spring.